Manny Pacquiao's next fight up in the air after worrying Rolly Romero update. Manny Pacquiao's possible clash with Ronaldo Romero falters. Here are the options for the Filipino. The career of Manny Pacquiao has generated doubts both in the present and in the near future, something expected in a 46-year-old boxer. However, even his next fight, which seemed to be a fact, has begun to falter. The legendary Filipino, the only 8-division champion, seemed to have his next opponent lined up, American Rolando "Rolly" Romero. However, a recent statement from Las Vegas native Ronaldo Romero raised alarm bells and put on hold a fight that promised to be one of the most exciting in late 2025. What's next for Manny Pacquiao? Pacquiao, who is coming off a controversial draw against Mario Barrios, was looking for a high-profile matchup to keep his story alive in the ring. This had been anticipated by his advisor Sean Gibbons, who pointed to Romero as one of the favorites for the Filipino's next fight. Rolly Romero is one of the leading candidates because Manny wants meaningful fights. He wants to break his own records and make history, just as he did when he won a world title at 40 years old, said Gibbons. Rolly Romero refuses to fight Manny Pacquiao? Romero, the current WBA welterweight champion, sparked controversy during a live broadcast on Instagram. A follower asked him if he would face Jermell Charlo at 154 pounds, and his answer was surprising. "No, I wouldn't fight Charlo. I really don't care to fight anyone right now." That statement puts the fight against Pacquiao at immediate risk, as it makes it clear that the American has no intention of stepping into the ring in the near future. With just 3 months remaining on the 2025 calendar, it looks like the fight would be delayed until next year, as long as both parties manage to reach an agreement. And although Pacquiao has shown himself to be in enviable shape, time is a factor that cannot be ignored, so the idea that he will begin to look for another opponent with whom he can be guaranteed to fight in the near future cannot be ruled out. What about Gervonta Davis? Before facing Barrios, Pacquiao did not hide his interest in facing Gervonta "Tank" Davis, although he made it clear that he had to concentrate on one opponent at a time. "I like the fight with Davis, but first let's finish with Barrios. Nothing personal, just doing my job, one at a time," he told The Ring. Even Gibbons went so far as to point out that Davis would be a perfect choice. If Pacquiao were to beat Barrios, the biggest box office opponent in the United States is Gervonta Davis. For the first time in a long time, Manny would be the taller and bigger fighter in that fight. However, with Davis committed to a fight against Jake Paul in November and uncertainty surrounding Romero, the picture is complicated. For now, everything points to the fact that Pacquiao's next step will be defined in the coming months. While Romero is in doubt and Davis has a busy schedule, the Filipino will have to wait to find out who will be the next chapter in a legendary career that seems to be reluctant to put an end to.